Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aidan. On today's video, we are taking a look at the Nike SB Dunk Low in the Samba Blue colourway. But before we get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to my returning viewers. Thank you once again for supporting me on this journey. And for any new viewers, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification. We do release brand new content each and every week. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Initially releasing on August 21st for a retail price of £100, the Nike SB Dunk Low in the Samba Blue colourway is the latest release on the Co.JP lineup. Now, we recently took a look at the Jordan 1 in the Tokyo, Japan colourway, and I will leave a link above if you do want to go ahead and check out my review. For those of you out there that don't know, the Samba Blue colourway initially released in 2001 as a Japan exclusive. And prior to uploading this video, I did actually take a look at that 2001 release, and the 2020 retro is a very good representation of that 2001 model. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. And here we go guys, I now have the box in hand, and I'm sure just like me, you'll notice that we do just get that usual bog standard Nike box with the Nike branding on top. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have recently reviewed the Jordan 1 in the Tokyo, Japan colourway, and I really liked how the shoebox matched the colourway of the shoe. It's only a very small detail, but for me, it definitely adds a lot of value, and I think it would have looked really cool if the shoebox would have matched the colourway for this particular release as well. Now, if we take a quick look at the label on the box, which reads Nike Dunk Low SP in the Hyper Blue Samba Silver colourway. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of my review. And here we go guys, I now have the shoe in hand, so let's get straight into my review. Starting out with the toe box area, here we have the Hyper Blue perforated leather toe box. Now to me, this does have an iridescent finish, but it also does look like it has a glitter effect as well. It is very shiny, and that was very surprising for me. When I initially unboxed this shoe for the very first time off camera, it did actually catch me off guard. Based on the images that I looked at prior to the release, it just doesn't seem to have that same complexion, but of course you can only get so much information from the pictures. But actually seeing this in hand, you could probably tell on the lights here that it is just bouncing off the toe box, as it is such a shiny finish to this area of the shoe. Now, in terms of the quality of the leather, it is okay. It's not great in my opinion, doesn't have any premium qualities to it. It is just that normal bog standard leather material. Now, I do anticipate this leather creasing very early on, so to avoid any additional creasing to the toe box area, I would highly recommend using a Sneaker Shields crease protector to limit any additional creasing. And if you do use my code ACS Sneakers 15 at checkout, you will receive a 15% discount. Taking a look now around the toe box area, here we have this silver leather material that can also be seen throughout the midfoot, on the eyelets, uppers and around the heel. And now taking a look at the lateral and medial side of the shoe, here we have the Hyper Blue panels comprised of that same leather material that we saw on the toe box area. And like what we saw on the toe box of the shoe, it does very much have that iridescent finish and that glittery look in my opinion. I really do like how this looks on the shoe. I'm a very big fan of the overall colour blocking. I think they've done a fantastic job with this proportion of the shoe. Within the actual panel itself, on both the lateral and medial side, we have the red carbon fibre textured Nike swoosh. Now, I didn't actually realise initially that this had been comprised using carbon fibre, but for me, this very much does have a very premium feel, and it looks incredible in my opinion. I think the Nike swoosh on this shoe definitely stands out amongst the grey and blue. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Let's get back into it. Taking a look now at the midsole of the shoe, here we have a primarily white midsole, and switching to the outsole, we have a red rubber outsole with the Nike branding in the centre. Now taking a look at the laces on the shoe, as you can see they are completely white, and in my opinion they do work really well within those silver eyelets. Now the laces do sit atop the Hyper Blue tongue with the Nike branding stitched onto an additional strap in white. As far as the colour contrast on the shoe goes, I think they've done a fantastic job with the blue, white and silver ratio. I really am impressed with the overall quality of the shoe so far, and as far as I'm concerned, I haven't really come across many QC problems. I think the overall shoe so far has been absolutely incredible. Taking a look now at the sock line of the shoe, which is completely white, I was actually surprised to see and feel how much padding there is around this area of the shoe. I do actually anticipate this shoe being extremely comfortable to wear, and I'm really impressed by the overall padding on the actual sock liner of the shoe. And now taking a look at the insole of the shoe, we have a completely hyper blue insole with the silver Nike branding. And now to finish taking a look at the heel of the shoe, as you can see we have that same carbon fibre texture that we saw on the Nike swoosh with the Nike branding. Just underneath this we have the hyper blue texture that runs right the way around the ankle collar with the silver leather material wrapping right the way around the heel. And that pretty much wraps up the overview of the shoe itself, so now let's go ahead and get into my opinions on the shoe. And now moving over to the most important aspect of any sneaker, and that would be the sneaker's comfortability. For me, the SB Dunk is a very comfortable sneaker right out of the box and doesn't require any breaking in time. In terms of durability, unfortunately, I haven't had this shoe long enough to be able to test out its full durability, but with that in mind, the SB is generally a very well put together shoe, and I do see it lasting a very long time as long as you are able to take good care of your shoe. In terms of sizing, I would recommend going true to size, as I do feel that that would be the best reflection on you. Unfortunately, the SB never sits around on shelves, so you probably won't have a chance to try the shoe before buying. So with that in mind, I personally would recommend that you do go true to size, as I do believe that will be the best outcome for you. And in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I do give the Nike SB Dunk Low in the Samba Blue colourway a solid 8 out of 10. There is so much to love about this shoe, such as the carbon fibre Nike swoosh, the iridescent panels and Toolbox area, and the overall colour blocking in my opinion is absolutely incredible. I am a huge fan of this colourway, but I want to know what you guys think as well, so drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts are on this colourway. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one.